Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Cryptomina. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you're doing well. Today we are going to talk about arbitraging, or ARB platform. It's not a new platform, but it's in news recently a lot because of all the fame it's getting, and because of all the fame it's getting, there are people who absolutely love this platform, and then there are people who believe this is a scam and they are absolutely not liking it. I have done an interview with the CEO, David Peterson of Arbitraging, the CEO, 8 months ago, and then I never did any update regarding the platform. And now, because a lot of people are talking about it and a lot of people are asking me what is my opinion and what do I think about it, is it a scam or not. So this is an article that you can see. Yes, it's in an old article, but these are getting more and more circulated around because now people are trying to look into it, and when you have something like scam with the name of a platform, it gets picked up very easily, and then people start fighting. There are people who like the platform and then the people who do not like it, and yes, that's a lot of fights. I thought I might be kind of unbiased person to talk about it, and the reason why I want to talk about it is two. First, this article actually mentioned my interview with David Pearson, so I was like, okay, this give me a right to speak about this one. And the other reason was today somebody in my Telegram channel asked my opinion about it, and they said there is an article out there. It's with this title, Arbitraging.co review, a scam that suggests this is a scam. So I've been asked to weigh my opinion about this one, and I decided to do a video. Video is, I have a few things that I want to talk about, but I am worried that this video gonna get a little bit longer because there are a lot of stuff I want to talk about, especially when I'm covering the article, recent news, and my opinion. Again, please remember, I am just a person, and I can be biased and I might be biased, so please understand that. And also, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice. I'm not paid by anybody or not been asked by anybody to do this video. I'm just doing it because I want to do it. Nobody's telling me, nobody's paying me to do it. So I said it twice, so just to clear that thing out. Not everything is done. And okay, people have different motivation, and people have different reason why they do certain stuff. For me, and the reason is because I want to do it, not because it's giving me something. If you are new to my channel, and I'm very sorry for this kind of background, if you're new to the channel, welcome, and please subscribe. And if you have been watching my video, you would know that when I started my channel, my motivation was that yes, there are a lot of people who do this video reviews of different cryptocurrency, and they are way better. They speak better than me. They have much more knowledge than me, and they have bigger following. So I want to be different. And so when I started doing the videos, I would say I would give back the referral commission. So the referral commission I would get from most of the platform, I would just give back 100%. And it was not just to be, it was just my thing. I didn't want to be associated as a biased person, but I know even if I try to be like 100% right and everything, there will be still some people who would never be happy. And that's what the world is. And then I realized, then I started getting a little bit more, getting more followers, that it's very difficult for me to just give out the referral commission. But again, I will tell you this one thing, that when I was reviewing lending platform, and yes, there was a time when there were so many lending platform. I have so many videos telling like these are the red flags about this lending. I was the one who said monetize. Yes, it sounds really fancy what they're trying to say, but I really didn't believe it. Like they're gonna be the one, and I did believe in Lendera. The Lendera I had invested myself, and then recently they scammed. They just vanished, and there's no news for them. So yes, I just want to tell that there are decisions that we make, I have made, which are wrong. And so I'm not a financial advisor. Don't just follow everything I'm saying. But I just feel like this article, when I was reading, there are a lot of things that were said in it. And because this article is a little bit old, this is from July. So a lot of things do have changed. So I want to point out, and if you are interested, and if you have been watching this video so far, good luck. Thank you for listening to me. It's not very often that you have to listen to me talking about just background information, but I thought this is important here. So again, let's look into this article and what it's talking about. So my interview with the CEO was 8 months ago. That means that, well, this article was written after the ICO was over. And the link for that interview is down below. At that time, this arbitraging the CEO was called XRPC. And before XRPC, it had another name, which I'm kind of forgetting about it. So they did change the name 3 times already. No, they changed. They started with the name, they changed it, and then changed it again. And also, when I was interviewed David Peterson, he said somebody else was the CEO, and he was the new CEO. So they changed the CEO too. So there a few things have changed. Also, this article talk about their bot. So their bot at that time was called VBot. The VBot is nowadays a bot. So they do change names here and there. I don't know exactly why. I mean, it's rebranding. That's a simple explanation. But they did change a few things. Okay, so this article they do talk about that why they think they don't like this arbitraging, or why arbitraging platform is a scam. First of all, the white paper and the website issue. I do agree here. I'm gonna be talking from point to point and the things they had mentioned, and just because I don't have any kind of affiliation, or I don't really, it doesn't even matter for me if somebody is upset with me or not, because I don't owe anybody. I don't owe any of the platform anything. So I just think it's unbiased review. I don't talk about when a platform and just say, yeah, everybody should just get into this. This is going to be the next best thing, because I haven't been convinced by anything like that so far. So it's kind of difficult to convince me. So it's just me. Okay, so they said the white paper. I do agree the white paper at the time was talking about some of the things, but those at that time the white paper would be the same for all the lending platform. And though it came out to be not like a lending platform, but I would point out this one thing that at that time XRPC website was very similar to Endeavor website. Endeavor was a lending platform, pure lending, and the reason was that it was probably the same template or same developer who actually developed it. Even the calculator, they look very, very similar. So I'm trying to explain that at that time, there was a team, like everything that lending platform were doing, everybody else was trying to just do the same thing. It's kind of mockery. It was kind of funny at the time, because there was some a lending ICO that would just copy the white paper word by word. Wouldn't even change the name of the platform. It was so bad at that time, and people would still go into the lending platform. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. But anyhow, I'm not saying that they copied the white paper or anything, but yes, it was kind of something like here, that the price of the token will be $50 in the second quarter. In the third quarter, it will go even further up, and then it will probably be $20. They're not saying it short it will be sorry, not $20, $200. Though they're not saying it definitely should be. Yes, there will be things that can change it, but they are predicting it. So it's a future that they have some kind of analysis or some kind of working to support their argument. So they do believe by the fourth quarter it will be $200, which looks quite far from the target, given that they have not achieved like $50 target. They did reach, I think, the maximum very like 4 or 5 days ago. They reached $11 something more, and which is like phenomenal. I was very surprised, and that was very shocking for a lot of people. Like that was very exciting, given that it started from a very humbling beginning. A lot of people did accumulated ARB when it was quite low, like few cents. So if you have held to those ARB and sell it around $11, that's kind of insane kind of profits right there. It didn't go to $50, not even close, not even half of that target, even in the fourth quarter. But for other lending platform, it did very well. So now people do say that, well, it did reach $11, and then the market kind of was expecting it to go even further up, because that was the day of the when David Peterson was supposed to talk. So it was the anticipation the price will go further up, but instead it went down a little bit, and then it came back, I don't know, a couple of dollars down. But that's what it is. Nobody been able to predict BTC, nobody been able to predict other cryptocurrencies. So this is part of life, and we have to remember we are talking about bearish market. So in the bearish market, if you're talking about $200 target, that's a little difficult. I do understand this target was because at one point BitConnect was kind of doing similar thing. The price was increasing so steadily, and other platforms need to do something to entice people, talking about in the same language, giving the same kind of numbers, same kind of ROIs, and that's what it is. All right. The other thing, yes, getting listed on different exchanges. And I do remember a lot of people and saying that, okay, ARB will be listed on Binance. And yes, if you do say something about your price prediction of your cryptocurrency, Binance doesn't like this. They will not list you. And yes, ARB is not on Binance, but it doesn't mean that you cannot buy or sell it. It's available in the internal exchange as well as external exchange. So it might not be on Binance, but it is available on Coin Exchange, so you can get it from there. Okay, it says that the website is full with the buzzword, and now the website has been changed so many times. It is full of those words because that's the target audience. So if you're promoting something, you have to talk about those kind of things. You talk about the profit, being your own boss, passive income. Okay, this is natural. I don't think that there is any point arguing about that. Okay, the next thing that say, and the person who wrote this article, I don't know if it's a he or she, so I'm going to just mention him as an author. He said that the same thing. The website was made by somebody who put DeverCoin, and DeverCoin at that time was gone, and also that this is MLM, means it's a Ponzi scheme because you have multi-level referral commissions. So yeah, and they have referrals, and yes, a lot of people did get a lot of referral. I don't even have a one single referral, so I think I can talk about it very proudly, saying yes, it is there, but I don't think that's the factor that describes this as scam. It does say you some things like will it be sustainable or not, but remember, a lot of ICOs, a lot of other platform reward you for doing certain kind of social media activities, and you get referral commission from them too. There are some that give you multiple level referral commission, but mostly like you get at least one level. So there's not multiple level, but yeah, referral these are the part of enticing people to get into. But yes, if you get like crazy amount of referral commission, it tells you about the platform, if that will be sustainable or not. Okay, the team, we do know that we only have seen David Peterson for for some time, and there was nobody else around. And I believe I did check his LinkedIn page. He had more than 50 people at that time, but yeah, lot of people with the cryptocurrency projects have a very well-defined and up-to-date LinkedIn profile, and they have connection. But I have also seen instances where ICOs have their very fancy LinkedIn profile and they are pure scam. They have photoshopped some actor or actress's pictures and just copy pasted somebody else's resume. So not having more than 50 connection make up somebody a scam. I don't know, given that majority of lending platform and other platforms do not provide their whole, they don't think they owe us anything, so they don't tell about the team and they don't talk about this kind of stuff. Then the author also talk about how that person, the CEO, is from France but been to the United States, and this comes some kind of missing link. This is what it is. I don't know where he's from and what was his past experiences. This was never discussed publicly, and I don't know. So if David Peterson wants to talk about it, he's very welcome to speak and tell us, or have another interview with me where we can talk about some of the concerns that we have been seeing around. But for now, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, where he's from. It's just like unknown to me. So yeah, this kind of looks valid question, but that makes it a scam or not, that's for you to decide. Right now, so you can invest in it. You don't know where the money is going. They don't show you the trades. They don't show you, but you end of the day get some profit. It's usually, so far it's always profit. So that is very interesting to keep in mind. Here is what I think the most interesting part of this article is, and I totally agree with you, but I do not believe this is a red flag. This is the way things work, or the market will work. If you are interested, I will suggest you go ahead and read it. But I would say that this can happen to anybody. So when you make a decision, you want to go in the platform, or when you want to start a bot, for example, in this case, this is kind of stuff that you should be aware of, that the calculation and the money that you're putting in. So, and now I'm thinking this video gonna be so long that nobody wanna actually watch it. So I'm thinking about just not talking about this point. I am planning to talk about how I have invested in arbitrage and what I'm doing and what is my opinion of arbitrage, and also want to compare it with something that is out there, something similar, if there is any, and just compare it a little bit, and if I have made money, and I want to show you what it is like. I have not invested in MBOT. Now the reason why I have not invested in MBOT is, first, because I believe this takes a significant amount of investment. You need to have $500 to start the bot. So I kind of feel, and also that's not it. Then you have to pay for the gas, and also when you're doing this arbitrage trading, you need to have some funds on those exchanges. So you see, it started adding up significantly, and if you are not careful, or when you're starting out and you don't know exactly which trade will be profitable for you, because MBOT is where you're manually trading, and if you are not very careful about you can just initiate any trade, and some of the times you're looking, by the time you execute the trade, can very significantly causing a loss, or maybe a profit in some cases. So this is kind of a tricky situation. I do believe arbitraging does work, so there is no doubt about it, but I do believe it's tricky. But with arbitraging, I believe, for me personally, $500 to start with, which is non-refundable, but they are clear about it, so you get it. And then you put money in those exchanges, and when you do exchange, for example, from A to B, you complete in an exchange trade. Now your money in at B, and if you want to, now you're done with the money from A, you move it all to the B. Now you have to reshuffle or refund that account A in case you want to do the second trade. I just think it's just very difficult unless they were trying. There are other people who were trying to actually complete like whole circle. So you do trade from exchange A to B, and from B you get it back your money into A. It's very difficult to find some currency pair where you actually end up making money. And then somebody was saying that somebody offered a reward for anybody who can actually successfully complete a trade with a profit. And the reward was kind of $20. Please don't quote me on that one, but I will. And they said like nobody has claimed that. First, because I believe like $20 reward is kind of, you know, little embarrassing. Like $20 when you're just to start a bot, you have like $500 non-refundable fee to give $20 reward to prove that it's like cool. Claim $20 reward. If it's really $20, even out. Yeah, I don't think that's kind of insulting. If it's like $2,000 or something like that, it will definitely attract a lot more audience. But like 2,000 is a bigger amount. So yeah, that's the basic thing. The other thing that I am kind of worried about it, and you might want to think about it. I'm not saying it can happen, but like this is what the world we live in. So less about it is what it is. When you are doing this bot setup and everything, you are putting the API keys. You are at a great risk. It's not that I'm saying that arbitraging will go ahead and scam you, but is it a possibility? Yes, it is, definitely. Is it a possibility that arbitraging server get hacked, or they get hacked, and then all the information or API, I don't know how secure the system is, because I cannot even know like who is their people who are working with it. It cannot be just one person, and there's no security thing they discuss it. So I don't know what it is, but it is very possible. Like exchanges get hacked, so it's not a thing that to skip or just to forget about it. It's not something for me. Now, if somebody want to give me free ARB tokens to actually execute the trade and show it, I might do it, but I don't think with my own money I feel very enthusiastic, especially when the API and you know those private keys are involved. I just think it's not worth enough to take a risk. It can be totally different for you. If you believe in that, you can definitely. But I am talking about my opinion, what I feel like. So I do say one thing. When people post this article and say it's a scam, well, it's not a scam right now because they're still there and people are making money. And I do know people have made some money. A lot of people have made a lot of money. But is it something that you feel comfortable with? Or if you don't, well, if you don't feel comfortable, that is fine, but you don't have to call everything a scam just because you don't feel comfortable. It's like, I don't feel good about it. It's not like it's a scam. I don't invest in everything either. But also there are some issues that I do believe are there for sure. So I'm going to stop this video now because I have spoken for a very long time. I did say some things that I wanted to say, and I'm sure that I missed a lot of things that I wanted to say because this video is way too long. I plan to do another video showing how my investments are doing, and I also want to compare it with some other platforms. It's not gonna be like a bias video. Nobody's paying for me again, and also in no way I have any kind of motivation to discredit anybody or to bash anybody. This is not even bashing, and this is not also endorsing anybody. This is just opinion out there, and I'm an investor, so this is coming from a person who has invested and how I feel about it. I'm going to talk more in detail if it's making money and what are the other issues as an investor. In this video, we only talked about the issue which we have seen from these articles or what was being said about it. I haven't even talked about what I have dealt with and what are the issues. MBOT, I have not invested, so that's gonna be out of scope. But there are some questions, and if David Peterson wants to talk about it or he gonna address it himself, definitely he has his own channel, he can do that too. I will see you in the next video. I hope you will be still awake and listening to me. See you soon. Happy investing.